is exactly what happened at the table.
Well, have you noticed on the left-hand screen that West has talked north-south out of their heart fit?
Now, is that good news or bad news for north-south?
Well, I think four hearts was going off.
Yeah.
Not necessarily when...
It's funny how that happens.
Bad heartbreak that gives him the problem. He's got two spades and a heart to lose, but then he's got some work to do besides that.
But how does 5 clubs go east-west? Can you
two
lose
diamonds
two
and a
diamonds,
spade?
you pitch your spade loser on the eight,
no spade
the
loser.
ace of hearts, and it's cold, isn't it?
Cold. Yeah, 5 clubs cold.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, East had opened. Forget that one heart. I thought it was an overcall.
Still talked them out.
I wonder why South didn't double a club to get sort of his 3-suited hand off his chest.
Well, he only had 8 points and a nice diamond suit.
He's got both majors.
Yeah, but with understated values, it's I would say one that's mainstream, and that of Sir John Hurd finds a nice bid of 5 clubs. The double by West was not for penalties at this sort of level. Whenever the opponents have a fit, doubles tend to be just, I want you to do something sensible. And he did something very sensible.
Just a general disclaimer, just in case you don't know, I am not an expert bridge player. So just be aware of that. A lot of dribble will come out of my mouth.
Well, let's skip.
So 4 spades has gone down up there, right-hand screen.
Wow.
Quickly too, right?
The play was much too quick for me to follow.
I reckon the play of that hand took best part of 35 minutes.
How did he go down?
It was certainly 25.
So since Dave, was it Dave who mentioned the tablets thing? That's another advantage of tablets. The amount of time taken by each player is tracked. So whenever you have slow play situations, it's the directors can determine who the culprit was very clearly.
Yeah, well, I like your letter to the editor of Australian Bridge Sartos. That was good. Bridge clocks.
Oh, right, yeah.
Chess clocks.
That would work as well.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with the tablets for top level stuff, but I'd hate to see cards disappear from the clubs and congresses and that sort of stuff.
Yes, I mean, I believe pretty much everyone is in favor of retaining cards at the club level and some tournaments.
North-south are in the market for 4 hearts for sure. East-west have a good save in 5 clubs. Sartos, you know what these bits mean. 1 heart, 2 spades.
Look, I know that the Italians are big fans of showing the 5-5 hand. So if I had to guess, I would say 2 spades was invitational with 5 spades and a 5-card minor or something like that. They're big fans of showing the 2 suits, even in uncontested auctions. But I'm not totally sure, but it's likely.
So, Taj, can you tell us about some of these Italian players?
Well, I think Alfredo Versace, who is south on the left screen, is many would put him amongst the very best players in the world. He would be in pretty much anyone's list of the top 5 players, if just counting just players. His partner Samantha has been this guy who has been wanting to play with Versace for years and was just waiting for Versace's partner Loria to retire. Samantha is also a very fine player.
Those 3 clubs has been updated as being minimum.
Right.
I can't see East-West getting anywhere from here on.
Hey, can I just say, I've pulled up the convention card for North-South, and 2 spades shows a game force with 6+ spades, or a 5-card minor.
All right. Or 5-5, you mean? Right.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a good method because the distributional hand is trying to describe its hand and get out of the way of partner rather than make kind of the so-called approach forcing 1 spade bid. That's good.
Yeah, like but 5 diamonds is not going to make.
It's a pretty unfortunate diamond break and the spade king's offside.
Well, you can deal with the diamond break.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, double dummy, you can deal with it. I guess first. But it's the question of whether you lose a spade before they go away on the hearts.
They can probably just play club and just tap you out. Even, I mean, club to the king, spade return beats it if partner has the spade king from West's point of view. But what if declare had the spade king and then club to the king, club could be the winning defense. So he's going to think for a bit. Oh, the hearts are also, so 6 hearts, 4 diamonds and a spade is 11 tricks that declare is threatening to take, right?
Yeah, but not in time. If you get a club lead, West is certainly going to switch to a spade.
And I guess even if he doesn't, what if he does play a club? You rough there, you play diamond, and he plays another club, you rough there. Does a club beat it as well? Club. Ace of diamonds, diamond, king, club, rough, heart, jack. No, it doesn't work. So it's possible that declare will get a chance.
So the wheels have fallen off the Australian seniors team after their 62-0 opening start. They've dropped 20 imps on the next 2 boards. But they're still leading by 42.
I mean, we don't know what 3 hearts means, because if it's natural, I'm surprised North doesn't bid 4 hearts. Yeah. He's shown the spades, he's shown the diamonds.
Ah non, passe. Non, d'accord. Non, on ne peut pas maintenant. Zero spade, small, king, 10 spade.
The right-hand screen, the same lead against 1-no trump as happened on the left-hand screen. But they're only in 1-no trump where 3-no trump went 3 off at the other table. So declare can certainly make here 2 spades, 3 hearts, and 2 aces.
Nice.
Whoa, 6 diamonds. We are definitely living beyond our means. Removed to 6 hearts. That's
Is that any better?
no, that's no better.
I think so. You still got to lose a spade, a club, and a
Club lead,
diamond.
spade switch. Wait,
Might even defense might even get a diamond rough.
yeah, club lead and the 2 of clubs asking for a diamond.
Well, West is on lead.
Yeah, so lead the ace of clubs. East plays the 2.
Suit preference, yeah.
For a diamond. And we're well,
Sit back and wait for your king of spades and another diamond trick. Anyway, no double, no trouble, but not making.
no, I think he's 2 off. He can be 2 off. Sorry.
It's a good example of with your carding agreements to look at the context of the situation. So whilst you might sort of have a generic agreement of give attitude or count on a ace or king lead, with the singleton jack in dummy, this is clearly a suit preference situation. So irrespective of what your carding agreements are, a tiny club is saying, partner, would you be so kind as to give me a diamond rough?
Yeah, when dummy has a singleton and partner's lead holds the trick, it's mainstream for third hands carding to be a suit preference signal.
Yeah. And it just makes logical sense, which is why you should always think about what information does partner need at this point of the hand and hope you're on the same wavelength. Now, Bathurst, he's a little bit toey about playing a diamond. He could be, giving up a natural diamond trick. He knows he's got this contract beaten in all likelihood. So does he? And it's not doubled. So does he really want to risk? So he hasn't played a diamond. Yeah. So he was just a little bit nervous about it, and I think just going for the sure beat.
Yeah, I think that's insulting.
Quite dangerous. I mean, imagine declarer had king jack doubleton spade and the same hand. That would be 6 hearts. Can he untangle this? 6 hearts, 5 spades, ace of diamonds, 12 tricks.
It'd be consistent with the bidding too, Sataj.
Sorry?
It'd be consistent with the auction too, because
Right,
South seems to bid a bit too much on this hand, opposite the minimum.
Surprised, really surprised. Anyways, this is lucky day today, so USA1.
So, Taj, when I was writing this up for today, I referred to this USA1 team as being the young players. Would that be correct to say that?
Well, I mean, young as in they are in their mid-40s or?
Yeah, young in our terms.
Young from some perspective, Sato.
Yeah, in that sense, yes. I mean, I would say the Italians are probably more younger than the Americans. I think Donati, Percario are much younger than that, and as are Meno Di Franco, the other side.
Then USA2 would be an older team, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, USA2 is more the oldies, Chip Martell, Zia Mahmood, Jeff Mextroth.
That was the point I was trying to make the difference of. They play each other in the third match today, which we are not going to cover, ladies and gentlemen.
Do we know what 2 clubs on the right-hand screen is from Cranyak?
I'll try and find
it. 89 in balance, John. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
18 to 20 balanced.
Yeah.
May have a 5-card major or 6-card minor. The occasional 17 creeps in.
Bingo.
Oops.
Also correct.
Ah,
So North, on the right-hand side, North hasn't raised spades yet.
Okay. So we're 2 off on the left-hand screen. Oh,
Again, back to board 5, you know, the missed opportunity at the other table for Samantha not to bid diamonds first and right side 6 diamonds in the end. Here's an example here. Kranix bid diamonds first. He'll be declaring diamonds, whatever it may be, from the North suit. Because if someone's going to get a rough, it's going to be the preemptor.
yeah. But
So on board 5 on the right-hand side in the Australia versus Egypt match, North-South got to 6 diamonds. When East competed to 6 spades, the Egyptian pair thought they'd have a crack at 6 no trump, see if they can make 12 tricks there, and they fell short. So there was a 12-imp swing for Australia, who now lead that match 30 to 10.
Australia scored 30 imps in the open, 30 imps in the mixed, and 30 imps in the women's. As of last board.
Nice bit of symmetry there.
Nice bit of symmetry.
but it's consistent country.
Yeah, it's the seniors mucking things up with their 62 imps or 63 now.
Looks like 4 hearts on the left-hand screen. How are we going in 6 hearts?
Do you think South will bid 6 diamonds on this hand here? On board 5 on the right? Good chance.
Well, he's got to like his spade, Void.
Well,
Interesting, but like, there one of these golden rules is the preemptor doesn't sort of re-preempt? What's
yeah, well,
what's
there you go.
Donati doing here?
A preemptor never bids twice unless it's yourself and you've decided to break the rule.
Unless it's correct.
I mean, he does have an atypical hand for a 4 spade bid.
Uh-huh.
I think Donati, I think he was playing in the World Youth in Veldhoven, so he's under 26. I met him in Taikang about 12 years ago when he was about 10 or 11, playing for the Italian, it was either the under 21 team or the under 16 team.
Well,
Left-hand screen is heading into 6 spades. 6 hearts. 6 hearts.
6 spades right now. So this is the
We're
choice.
splintered with 3
Does North,
spades.
have a crack at 6 no trump here? Or take his money?
I don't think so.
Interesting choice run to splinter with a singleton ace.
For our viewers' interest, Ron and Matt play together as a pair a lot of the time.
We wouldn't splinter on a singleton ace. Not a chance.
Okay, there's the pass spot, I believe, on the hand. 6 spades doubled.
Yep.
And on the left-hand screen, we're splintered despite having a single ace. I like the 3 spade bid. There's nothing better to describe the hand. East, pretty sure, asked with 4 spades as key card on hearts. 4 no trump, I've got 0 or 3. 5 clubs. What have you got? The queen of trumps and 5 diamonds. I've got the queen of trumps and the king of diamonds.
Peter, can
Mind you,
you
I'm
clear
just
the
guessing.
alert on the left side? I can't see North's diamond holding. I can kind of work
East
it
might
out.
bid 7 hearts now, Ron.
No, they won't
Really?
do it. Well, they can make it, but they shouldn't be bidding it.
Why not?
For a start, you need a 3-2 heartbreak.
Yeah, but partners
And after that, you
probably with 5
don't.
clubs. Partners
After
got
that,
5
you
clubs.
don't need a rougher trick one.
Yeah.
The Egyptian pair
you're
bid 7
below
hearts
odds.
against Australia and made it. It's been bid and made at about 50% of the table so far, I think.
What's that?
7
6.
hearts on board
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really about the trumps.
Unfortunately, the Panamanians went to 7 no trump, going 1 off, and New Zealand were only in 6 hearts in the other room.
Where did they bid to?
7 no trump east west.
Mhm.
You probably make 7 note from double dummy, but you'd have to play like it's double dummy. And run 5 clubs, 4 hearts, and South's gonna get squeezed in
South's
spades and
going, yep.
diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that East didn't just bid 7 hearts, given that the 3 spade bid would presumably be singleton 4 hearts, 5 clubs, and 3 diamonds.
Yeah.
So all things being equal, do you want to be in a Grand Slam that depends on a 3-2 trump break?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I do.
Mm.
That's my minimum.
it's not the mathematical minimum, but yeah.
But it's the real bridge minimum, I think.
What's the 3-2 breaks about 60% or so?
68.
There you go.
68 unless there's a first round rough.
But also, I mean,
should keep
Dave,
reminding
you
yourself.
don't always know that you're missing the jack of trumps. You know, at the time we get to the key point, one of your upsides is that partner is going to have jack of trumps. I mean, I guess about half the time, just on odds.
Yeah.
It might even be better than that, Sataj, if you've got 8 of the 13. Or maybe not. Sorry, that's probably not true.
You have 5
But
small spots and they have 5 small spots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Your point about better than that is probably right, Matt. What if it's ace queen 10x, you know, and the jack is on side?
Sure.
For example, there's that too. Yeah.
I think that's why I always think that 3, you know, the holding ace queen jack, ace king queen of trumps is sufficient. I always think if that's what we need for a Grand Slam, that suit to come in.
Do we have a problem here when they've got screens and we've thought for a really long time with 6 hearts?
Yeah.
Just bear in mind that the tempo we see here isn't necessarily the actual tempo, because the operators can go to the toilet or be looking away or whatever. But
your point, Ron, why didn't East bid it on the previous round?
Yeah, should have been on the previous round.
I mean, did he suddenly realize, oh, hang on, partner's got 5 trumps? I don't think so. These guys are too good for that.
Peter, can you just take us back on the right-hand screen to board 5, please?
I don't think I can do that.
What was the contract?
Hang on, let me do it.
6 spades double.
Right. Yeah, because they went for 500. I went for 200 at the other table.
Went 2 off.
In 6 diamonds, 1 off. Thank you.
I imagine on the screen on the left, he played at least one club in case clubs were 5-0, because he doesn't really have a claim. If clubs are 5-0, he did the diamond finesse. He probably did, and then he claimed.
You pass North to no trump opening with the South cards.
Yep.
Well, you could give it a push.
You're not bold.
I read something when I was like in the early days of my bridge, someone gave me great advice, and they said, if you have a 6-card suit and partner opens 2 no trump, you should just bid game. Because if the suit runs, you will make 3 no trump, and if the suit does not run, you will go down in 2 no trump. I've seen that come up a few times, and I've come to believe that it's accurate. But 5 small clubs and queen and 1 heart.
He's done a bit 3 no trump. Now, if
By the
the
same
king
token, Sataj, I've always heard, early in my days, I heard if the auction goes 2 no trump, pass to you, you double it.
Yeah,
It always goes off.
Yes, but do you know the big hand?
No.
There was a hand involving I think Joe Grew versus Brad Moss or something. Now they played together, but it was a time when they were not playing with each other. And they went 2 no trump pass, and one of them psyched a pass on his 10 count. And the other guy doubled, and now this guy redoubled. That hand happened. It did happen.
Are you serious?
Yes. It happened
in
like in one of the sorry?
In a tournament?
Yeah. In a serious event, like the US trials, or like it happened about, I don't know, 8 or 10 years ago. I saw it happen. Unbelievable.
Let me bet that would have been Brad who did that. He would have been the one who psyched it. It would have been Brad Moss, I reckon.
I wish I knew who the people were. I mean, I could
the
find
gambler.
out.
He still play the 6 to keep the spade position unclear. No, he shows he had 5 spades after all. Okay.
This is pretty hopeless, isn't it?
And now declarer has available 3 hearts as the cards lie, a spade is 4, an ace, king, ace. And that's about it.
You're hoping the queen of diamonds is going to drop doubles and
an extra one off now.
Now we'll switch to hearts. Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Italy hasn't scored an imp.
And they might lose some more on board 7 if in the screen on the right, north-south, avoid the fate of their colleagues.
Yeah. North-south are lucky they don't have those methods. Mind you, North has got a reasonable hand in support of hearts. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. He's not going to get excited. Sorry. For a moment, I thought South had jumped to 3 hearts, but North will just bid 4 hearts.
Yeah, so Australia's had a very poor result on board 8. In one room, their opponents bid the Grand Slam, 7 hearts, but in the other room, Australia sold out to be defending 3 spades doubled, and their plus 300 was not sufficient compensation against 15-10 in the other room.
That's the end of North. Down 2.
So,
That's a pretty good save. Oh, except they're in 6 hearts at the other table, isn't it? Oh,
Well, 6 hearts we
they've
saw.
taken the push. They've taken the push now, and this is.
Now he's got to make it.
Sorry? He's not going to make it. Is he? No.
Well,
he's won.
Club lead, diamond switch.
Diamond switch, and then a diamond trick. Or a spade trick, whatever you want.
No, I want a diamond switch. And then a trump return from east.
Yeah.
Now again, we see there's 2 clubs, 2 diamond, 2 and a trump auction on the left-hand screen. North, south are going to get to 3 no trumps. 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 easy tricks and can make it about 11. So players play 3 clubs, 3 hearts says no major or spades. 3 spades says I've got 4 spades, and south says 3 no trump, not me.
Let's see if Beccaria delivers the diamond rough.
Well, he should.
He did.
Yeah. But if East plays a club back, the spade loser goes away, but there's still a diamond to lose after that.
Beccaria and Donati probably think they had a decent board here, and that they took the save.
Yeah, that's
and they
safe
pushed
as
on.
anything, that card.
Hmm?
So the 9 of hearts exit is the safest.
Hmm.
Now the clear goes just 1 off, using the dimes to get rid of the spade.
wait a second. What? He was in 5 hearts. He suffered a rough, and now he's drawing trumps.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Because you need to be trying to make this, and you're on the board. What if King Jack third spade was on side or something, and you've just gone down? Or even spade to the queen, and the guy gets squeezed 6, 8, 9. You're trick short. You could play for a couple of things. You could play for, left you have King Jack third. It was 1 day, they spade to the 10, 5 hearts early before draw trumps.
It sounds like Vince has listened to you.
Oh, he catches the ace hearts from hand. Okay, that retains options in the how to play the spades, right? I thought heart to the king was very.
But he's now he's thrown a spade away.
So
that's okay. You can still
throw a spade. Yeah, but he's just playing for King Jack of spades on the side now. Why probably.
Yeah.
To try and make it at least. Because West is going to get squeezed if he's got more than 3.
What if West had king
He can't have
4?
that, can he? Four clubs, 3 hearts. No. I think he'll just play a diamond here. 1 off.
Or you think he won't play spade to the 10?
No, because I mean West has already shown up with 4 diamonds and 4 clubs and 3 hearts.
Oh, right. So the king
So
jack
he's not
third
gonna-
spade is not
He
is
can't
very
have king
remote.
jack third spade now. So he's going to give up 1 off.
How does he know he's got 4 clubs?
Well, the guy bid 3 clubs, didn't he? Did his man raise him? His man raised him to 5. Well, looks like clubs are 7-4. I mean, is West going to raise on a 4-3-3 to 5 clubs? I don't know, maybe.
That's a fair point. Also, West is turning up a lot of points. If they had,
Yeah.
well, they let the ace of clubs. That's not necessarily ace king. Anyways, looks like it's just been claimed. So he's just played diamonds. He's followed your advice, Matt. Good advice.
This is a
Maybe-
7 heart hand on the right.
What was the auction? Do we know when our boys defended 3 spades doubled? They don't have auctions, do they?
We don't get the auctions from the non-view graph tables.
What would have happened? 1 club pass, 1 heart, 3 spades double, swish.
Yeah. 2 spades maybe.
2 spades.
If it's gone to club or heart, why would West stay out of the game?
Why would West what, sorry?
If it's gone to club or heart.
This is on board 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And South bid 2 spades or 3 spades. How could there be a double? Why wouldn't West be just bidding game over?
Yeah. Fair point.
2 spades, 3 spades.
Maybe South bid 3 spades.
Anyway, I think it's politic not to ask.
Yeah. Yes. I was curious.
Yeah, only talk about the good boards. That's been my advice as an occasional NPC.
Four hearts is not a bad spot. South's 3 diamonds double. The double will be an invitation to game. Some of us would just bid game. Declare and get 1 club pitch by the spades, but the heart position is delicate for declarer.
The defence need to be careful here not to open up clubs themselves, because that can contain the club losers for north-south.
The player will look to build a spade trick.
Declarer could win this in hand, play the 3 of spades to the 9.
It's a good play.
Well,
Yeah, because that can then set up a spade pitch or
not going to cost, is it?
Cash a heart can't hurt. Yep. Yeah, I think is what he's going to do. But now the hearts are 4-0. It could be problematic.
No, because the spades stand up.
Oh, they do stand up. Yeah, that's true.
Except when East comes in with the ace of spades,
he plays a
plays if the diamonds get cleared now, if we West could, if the clearer now plays a low spade, West could rise king, play a diamond.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the clearer draws trumps and can't get to dummy. That's, I think we're going off.
If declarer does draw trumps, they just simply knock out the ace of diamonds.
Yeah.
Not so fast, because there's this other issue where West is at risk of being thrown in with this so-called trump trick. So diamond, I'm not sure what's up, but at that point, diamond declare roughs high, lets them have a trump trick and goes heart ending over there, plays jack of spades, and is threatening to rough a spade, tuck him in with a heart, lead away from the king of clubs. So losing only 2 spades and a heart.
Doesn't he still have a deep club? Oh no, he's ditched the club, isn't he?
Wait, sorry.
So Sataj is saying he sets up the spade, roughs the 4th spade high, and shoves West in.
Rough the diamond high.
Oh,
so
diamond
he plays
high.
Spade now. Spade king, diamond ace, spade ace, diamond rough high. And whatever West pitches, your ace of hearts, heart to the king, play a big spade shaking a club. And now rough a spade.
Rough a spade.
And tuck him in with a spade to lead away from the king of clubs.
Any bidding here? Nothing, is it? Doesn't matter, does it? He has to play a club anyhow. Because East had bid 2 diamonds, hadn't he?
The shape adds up. If this is how
3 diamonds East had bid.
What Versace's really worried about is he thinks that East probably has the ace. There's a good chance East has the ace king of spades. So he really wants to leave the spade from dummy. But that loses an entry to the deep spade. So yeah. I just feel like he's gonna get it right. These guys, these are sort of hands. The very, very, very top players, like the top 4 or 5 players in the world, they get these sort of hands right in a way.
The 7 hearts on the right-hand screen.
Yeah. Nice bid.
Peter, can we see the whole auction on the right-hand screen, please?
Just slide it up, right? Yeah.
Oh, no, true. Okay, thanks.
A lot of bids.
It looked like the club of no trump was some game force. 2 hearts was natural reverse.
Stop.
Values.
Start again. Club.
1 no trump, an artificial game force. 2 hearts natural, 4 hearts, 5 clubs. 2 spades relay. Anyway, they found out what they wanted, what they needed to know.
So let's look at Versace's problem on the left. So his option is, one is to pull trumps. That gives him 6 hearts, 2 diamonds, and a club. And then do something like play a spade. They will play a diamond. So now the spades are dead. And now you play club to the queen, which is making, if the making if the king of clubs is onside, or if it's offside, that lefty has the other spade honor and is kind of end played out of the jack of clubs. So it's more or less a club finish with some additionals. And the alternative is to play a spade right now, and where the risk is there could be a diamond rough. But maybe you don't mind a diamond rough because you'll build a spade for a discard and the ace of diamonds will be other discard. So what's he thinking? I think he's thinking that if I play a spade and it just happens to go low spade, low 9, 10, I suffer a rough, they cross to a spade again and they play a diamond and I've gone down with the king of clubs on side. That's what he's thinking, probably. Otherwise, he would have played a spade by now.
Given that East entered the auction, you'd think the king of clubs was with East.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so that's why he sort of, he's worried about not giving up on that simple make with when diamonds are 7-1, but
on the right-hand screen, North is open to no trump. Is South a passer here? Yes.
another factor in his thinking might be that East appears, if we believe the view graph record, East appears to have played the two smallest diamonds at trick 1 and in the discarded trick 2. That may have some suit preferential overtones for most partnerships, and Versace is certainly one who watches everything. Perhaps he thinks that also indicates the king of clubs is onside. I'm guessing these sort of thoughts are going through his head.
Three.
Yep.
Okay.
He's going to play it card for card and just make it. It's just what's going to happen.
The second diamond comes.
Oh, except now he has to win the ace of diamond. He can still cross to the heart, jack in his hand to read a spade up. It comes to the same thing.
Hello.
Did he not win the king of spades? Well, he played low spade.
I don't think I'd want to do that. I'd rather play the king.
No, did South play the low spade?
The Australia-India match in the seniors is finished. Australia won that match 82-32 for 19.16 VPs.
Excellent.
Good result.
Ooh.
Seniors obviously don't need to think as much as the other categories.
just gonna make it. That's just what's gonna happen. It's predicting it. You know,
I'm guessing club finish here. I'm guessing wrong.
I think Sataj is right. He's the line Sataj chose. I reckon he's going to go for that.
I think these top 4 or 5 declares in the world, they're just very good at these. They just calculate it all the way. There's only 4 or 5 of them. There's not any more than everybody else is just like us. But there are some of these top guys, and they are monsters. You know, they really are.
So there's that good jack of spades.
I mean, his other fear really was that West had the 10 of spades, but he only had 3 spades. Because the jack of diamonds, when he roughs high and say West discards the 10 of spades, declarer's fear is that, you know, the jack of spades gets roughed. And again,
if he plays the jack of diamonds and South rough side, he'll throw a club. He won't throw a spade.
Yeah, on this hand, but let's take an alternative hand where West spades with king 10 small. And the play would go the same way. And at this point, East would play a big diamond, declare would rough with the jack of hearts, because that was his plan all along, and West pitches the 10 of spades. And now again, declare has gone down on a layout when the king of clubs was on side all along. Because you've set up a trump winner for them, but you don't get to enjoy the jack of spades to break square. And you go down with the king. So, you know, he had to work through all of that. I mean, he did it very well. I mean, I have no doubt. From here, he's just going to make. It was the point was before. He did very well. Very well.
Well, oh no, he doesn't quite know the shape, does he? He knows West has 4 hearts and 2 diamonds. He doesn't know if they're 4 spades, 3 clubs, or the other way.
What happens with the diamond at this point?
He roughs high.
That high, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you have a heart loser.
Yeah, but that's the throw-in card.
You throw him in.
He roughs high.
Gotcha. And he's got to play,
Well, pick Sataj.
Well, a lot easier looking at all 4 hands compared.
Well, even then, it's hard for me.
It's still nice. It's still nice to pick that line.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. He's thinking.
No, he's just checking.
Oh, he hasn't seen all 4 hands.
No, that's just what he's going to do. When West pitched a club on the Jack of Hearts, he probably breathed a sigh of relief. Oh, could he still? No, there is now it's just 100%, right? It can never be wrong.
100%. He's 100%, yeah.
Even if East had 4
No,
spades.
he's not 100% if East had the last spade.
But then you rough in hand. What does
he's just roughing, right? And he's going to
And
shove the guy
three,
at the last card anyhow, whether he over roughs or not.
Yeah.
Just plays
Nicely
straight up down and roughs it.
You know, in theory, bridge is all about good declare play and doing great things, but these sort of hands come up so rarely.
Well, easily the best hand so far.
Yeah,
definitely. It's nice when these hands do come up, though.
Right hand
put Italy on the board.
You've got a balanced 12 opposite a balanced 12 here. Vulnerable, you tend to get to game, don't you?
I don't know. 2 aces and 2 queens are not the thing that dreams are made of.
Well, when the opponents open and respond.
Yeah, redouble is 3-card hearts.
Yeah,
Right hand screen is
double.
no trumps for probably a flat board or an imp. What do you bid on the north hand? 2 hearts.
What does 2 hearts mean?
2 hearts, I've got a good hand.
Just like a general force.
Partner's made a takeout double. I've got a 12 count. I want to tell partner the good news. 3 hearts says, have you got a stopper?
That's very good recovery by some pushy bidding by Cementa. Because East, well, I mean, whether game makes or not, you know, East West were trying to rob you of your high card game. I know it's only 24, but could easily have been 25 or 26. So he's taken the pushy action, and now it comes down to the play.
5, 6, 7, 8.
King of Hearts lead is the big winner. King of Hearts, duck a heart, wait for a club, and wait for a spade.
The low heart lead East can duck it.
Yeah.
Whoa. There's a nice play in the theoretically declared as an interfinesse spades, plays spade to the 8, then runs the queen of spades, and then throws him in with a spade to lead away from the king of clubs. You know, the player could, in theory, time out in this brilliant way. Wouldn't that be amazing if Versace manages to pull another one off?
2 hands in a row.
Could easily do that.
Yeah, King of Hearts lead, let's say heart duck, cross to a diamond, play a spade to the jack, they cash their hearts. Oh, except they can now just play a club, and that's the end of your...
I'm going to bet my house on a low heart lead, for a hearts lead.
You're going to bet your house? I wouldn't be betting my house, Dave.
I'm betting my house on the 4 of hearts lead.
No, that's...
And
I mean, you may be right, but I wouldn't be betting.
How much is the house worth?
I'm nice in a suburb house in Melbourne.
There you go.
Right.
You have some place to live again tonight.
But
they saw it on another screen. Let's not be too generous here.
I'll just I've just discovered the 10-minute view graph delay, which is all theatre, by the way. is not applied to the live feed of the scores on the WBF website. So I've only just worked it out just now that you can actually see what's happening on a board a little bit in advance on the WBF website. But I won't give any further spoilers enough, but I will warn people that if you want the excitement, stay off the live scores site on the WBF site.
Yeah.
As soon as you said you're putting a house on it, I knew that you had seen it on the other screen.
Yes, your predictions are going to be uncannily accurate.
Oh, I see, Dave. That's why you're so sure, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I'll tell you what I'm not so sure about, and that is the timing on this match. Because we've just gone through 2 hours.
It's supposed to finish at 9:15.
That's right. But
the right-hand screen has no chance.
Yeah.
And the left-hand screen is doubtful.
Well, I think what David is saying is it's 15 plus 10. It's 25. Is that what you're saying, David?
No, what I'm saying is that it looks like the WBF are feeding live scores on their website with BBO being on a 10-minute delay. And,
yeah, well,
the whole idea of the 10-minute delay is to stop people who've got, you know.
No, the question is how many minutes have they got left to make it in the 2 1/4 hours? Is that it's 10 plus 15, isn't it?
They've got 7. Be 25. I can't do the maths. They've got another 23 minutes, I think.
Yes.
But in theory, this may actually be a quarter of an hour behind or a half an hour behind, is it?
No, it's 10 minutes, Ron.
10 minutes behind. Okay.
Yeah. That's why it's 10 plus 13.
Yeah.
I should have it more behind, given the speed at which the players play. You'd want it about half an hour.
There was a bit of there was an article that Gavin Wolpert put up on Bridge Winners about a month or so ago with concerns about security at WBF events.
David, how about a run through the Australian matches where we're up to?
Okay. Well, we're winning 3 of them, I think, and close in the other. So Australia is down 45-40 against Egypt.
You have to tell us which games.
That's the Open. In the Venice Cup, the ladies' event, Australia's leading 41-29 with about 4 boards to go. In the mixed, Morocco have just picked up about 25 imps and 3 boards, so they're now leading 44-40 with 2 boards to go. That's in the mixed. The Cup.
That's a bit disappointing.
We already reported the seniors result. They finished about an hour ago, 82-32.
Any bidding on board 11? Was there any bidding from East?
For you, I may allow. How about that?
Nothing. Okay.
So on the screen on the left, sorry to jump over that. I feel like Hertz found a very nice play of the Jack of Clubs, because having won the Ace of Hearts, say he had returned a heart, then that whole line of end playing Western was on. But once he plays a club, there's no declare has no chance.
Why did he drop the? Oh, I see.
You can't build a heart and a spade.
He doesn't have the tempo to.
Well, can he? Can't he build both? Intra finesse and spades.
And then he gets squeezed in 3 suits on the diamonds. Possible. It's possible. Oh, I won't be cashing. Is he cashing all the diamonds?
I suppose the 8 of Hearts.
He has a pretty good idea of the shape now. 4-3-2-4 on the left, quite likely, not certain. So if let's say he plays spade to the 8 and jack, they clear a club, he wins. He crosses to a diamond, and the guy can't pitch his long spade. The guy has to pitch his idle heart. Now you pump a spade at him, play the next spade, cash the club, cross to a diamond. No, it doesn't quite add up. Sorry, what am I talking about?
Isn't he just knocking out a heart here? Knocking out a heart and then taking the interfinesse and spades.
So
If he knocks out the heart, he's gone.
Well, that's
Taj, when you're sitting at the table, do you verbalize that in your own mind? That's the sequence before. How does that work?
Yeah, and I mean, when I'm playing well, I do, but you know, when you're playing well, everything just comes in click, 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 click. And most days, it's a different story. It varies, Peter. Like, you know. So if you misanalyze that, so diamond, it drives a heart. They play a club. We don't know what happened there. So
he probably played 2 rounds of diamonds and maybe West pitched a club.
Do you realise that is the first points the Italians have won? Is board 10, 2 imps. That's pretty amazing.
And what's happening on 11 now?
Well, the other side made 4 hearts, making 10. So
he's going to make this now.
Such a pity we didn't get to see the rest of the play on that hand.
Yeah.
On a club of spade on the left-hand screen, South's 2 clubs show diamonds. I think that's going to end it. Yes. Well, the right-hand table's catching up.
We might want to make some commentary on that 1 spade overcall. You know, it's only 7 points vulnerable, which may not be everyone's cup of tea. But in the modern game, all the players, they just bid. You know, no one passes. Whenever it's an opportunity to get into the auction, everyone just bids. That's very much a trend at the top.
I was impressed that you didn't bid 2 spades.
No, I don't think that's a very good idea.
just tell me the rules, guys. If they run out of time, do they just get penalties? Do they stop the match and then give penalties, or do they play it out and then give penalties? How does it work?
They play it out, and then we'll try to assess the slow play penalties and ascribe them to one side or the other, which is always really, really tricky if they're, in the absent really accurate timing.
But that's okay here because there's a lunch break coming. It's not so good in the next match when there's about a 15-minute turnaround.
They'll still assess the penalties. If you don't finish on time, there are penalties get assessed on the match, and then it's all about what percentage of them get allocated to which team or the other. And then you can argue the toss about it if you feel you've been hard done by. All the tables here have got video recording, so if it's if you think you've been really mucked over by it, you can force the WBF to go over the video and record the timings correctly. It's
guys, you missed something huge here. That on the screen on the left, North led the 8 of diamonds, and Versace did not win the ace to give him a rough and declare won the 10, which there are a few known Italian pairs and players with questionable indicators, and this certainly shows that These guys are
worried.
not signaling, not doing anything shonky. Because plenty of partnerships would never get a hand like that wrong. It was a big moment. I think it's good. It's good to see that they got a hand like this wrong. It probably didn't matter on the hand, but still.
Come straight up.
So no bidding on board 12 in the other room. So maybe there's not the hints that Vince needs to make 3-no trump on this hand.
And I think they've speeded themselves up a bit on the right.
Yeah,
They're a long way behind.
they were.
Still, if you're the non-offending side, you know, you don't have a moral compulsion to have to speed up just so the offending side don't get fined, do you?
Yeah, definitely not. But it's slow. I mean, in the US trials recently, it was actually really controversial because they had quite draconian penalties built into the regs, and virtually every match had 20, 30 imp slow play penalties applied to them, and in a couple of quarterfinals and stuff in that event, the penalties decided the outcome. So it's
well, there's a very famous.
Right.
There was a very famous recent one with the 19.75 for Mike Levine.
Yeah, and there was a blind player on one of the teams as well.
Yeah, that's Mike Levine, right? And he got a 19.75 fine against him, right? And they had won without that situation. We gave it a big coverage on Bridge TV. There's a video up there if you want to go back over and look at it. It's got Kate McCullum discussing it because Kate is a self-confessed very slow player. So she has very strong feelings on the subject, which not everyone will agree with, but it's a really interesting discussion.
Mm.
On the left-hand screen,
I've actually changed my tune dramatically on this. I used to think, slow play is terrible and knock it all out. But as I've sort of been more involved with the top level of the game and the nuances that are there, if you want to see absolute excellent bridge, you've got to take some time to see it. And I'd rather see the fantastic thinking through of problems. If it takes more time, so be it. But there's got to be a limit somewhere. But I don't mind the very, very top level players, really thinking things through thoroughly. It's just it illustrates to me the beauty of the game at that top level.
Speaking of thinking, Vince is thinking long and hard here in the diamond. Yeah.
Yeah,
he didn't have the. He wasn't probably sure about entries. If he cashed all of his diamonds, he was going to waste an entry to one hand or the other.
So also they're going to get to 3-no trumps on the left-hand screen.
So 3-no trumps is failing on the right. No.
Yeah. They can get 5 clubs, 2 hearts, and a spade, a diamond.
I see this morning we had Mario on, who's a regular supporter of ours. And I saw Rakesh is on, who we don't often see. So for those of you, look, we've still got the 2 more boards on top of this one to go. They're not going to make this time, surely.
And the right-hand screen's got 4 to go.
Yeah.
So Dave, to your point about in high-level bridge, you should, for the beauty of the game, you need to take your time. My answer to that would be that then give the players more time, or give everyone a time bank. You come into a tournament, you got to finish your side in 1 hour, but you have there's extra time bank of 1 hour per player per tournament or something that you get to use. But end of the day, you give them enough time, but then there has to be some onus on them to finish.
It's got to be within some reasonable limits.
Yeah, come up with something reasonable, but after that,
I don't think that's very practical to do. Well, so in chess, when the clock's running in chess, I mean, do we have the same complaints going there or not?
Not at all.
It's dangerous on the left-hand screen.
In chess, you can lose a whole game on the clock.
Yeah.
Like losing and in bridge, it's just some imps. Hundreds of imps are swung, and you lose some because you didn't make your time. You should be lucky for these play. I mean, I said I'm a relatively slow player. As players go, I can play quickly sometimes, slow other times. But I would like everyone to have a generous allotment of time. But then you have to finish your end within that time, and you can build some buffers like they have in poker, that every player gets some time, but everyone also has a time bank, and you can use your time bank at an appropriate time. So you can be inventive about the solution. But some players, like there are players, I don't want to name names, who just take all the time in the world, and it puts pressure on everybody else to catch up, and they take the time, the communal time of the table, over nothing situations. And I certainly feel strongly that there should be some time penalty, and the way in which to implement it is up for debate. And there are a few different ways in which we can go about it.
And it's another, just pointing to your article again on bridge winners, Satash, in the electronic playing environment, which was used in the spin goal recently and the US national USBF trials, you've got really accurate information about who's taking the time and in what situation. I think it needs to be refined a little bit for, because there are opportunities to game it. But look, WBF events, you're only playing 3 16-board matches a day. I mean, it's like, does everyone, do the restaurants close at 6 o'clock in Marrakesh? I don't know, but give people time to get stuff right, but don't make
give both sides more time per board. I would say give both sides more time per board, but don't say that it's okay for play to be 15 minutes late, and then we won't worry about penalizing anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So the calculation is this: on 16 boards, it's 8.43 minutes a board. Let's check that I got that right.
It's usually 8 3/4 at the Bermuda Bowl. In the past.
Like that. The other thing I can't stand is people who say, "Oh, we're playing with screens, so we need more time." That's the biggest crock of what ever. It takes more time because you're playing in a serious event against serious players for high stakes. Screens do not make the game slower.
Well, they do, Dave. They do make the game slower. There's no doubt about it. But it's marginal.
They make it faster in a lot of respects.
No, they do make it slower, but it's marginal. I agree with you. It's not. People shouldn't use that as an excuse. And 8 3/4 minutes is, seemingly ample. But Sataj, what you're suggesting is that games should finish within a time lot, and if we can work out how to allocate who took too much time
block
if they go over, then you should apply penalties. Is that what you're suggesting? I didn't read the article. Maybe I should read the article, because I think that's pretty fair.
No, I actually didn't. I didn't in the article. I didn't put too much emphasis on the time penalty element. That's others have made that argument. But yeah, in principle, perhaps a fair system is you get 2 hours and 20 for a set of 16 boards. Let's just say both sides get 70 minutes each.
Yeah.
On top of that, every partnership has a, let's say over the course of a tournament, 1 hour of time where they can go overboard, but you're not penalized for it. So, over the course of 7 days, so that gives you about 7 or 8 minutes per day, that you can afford to go overboard in your own time and not be penalized for it.
But what happens if it's a Swiss, right? And therefore the next draw has to be made, and the teams, to be known which team you play against in the next round.
We're talking about
But
these
normally
top level
fines are
knockout type events.
assessed at
though.
the end of the qualifying or something. I mean, if there's going to be fines assessed, then they won't be assessed at the end of each match, I would assume. I mean, I like what you're suggesting. I think there's a lot to to be attributed to that. I think give your side this number of minutes, your partnership, that one, that other partnership, and
We're
probably you
seeing
can
a
only do
suicide-
this in the big events.
We're seeing a fratricide squeeze on the left-hand screen.
Oh, tell us what that is, Ron.
Well, look what happens on the next two spades. If he switches to a diamond, the defense is okay. He can play one more spade. Oh, well, that solved that problem.
Yeah.
The play began 4 of spades to the king ducked, low spade back, and ace and west unblocked the queen of spades. Then the clearer ran 5 clubs and exited with a spade.
And what was the name of that?
That end
squeeze?
position was
Peter,
very interesting.
Peter, do you mind bringing up the position, the hand that Ron's referring to?
Do we, Ron, add this parasite bid to your submarine bid? Which we haven't heard.
Parasite play.
Which one are you wanting, left or right?
Go to the scores, Pete.
The
on the
left-hand screen, board 14, please.
Okay.
Up to the scores. Scores.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
There you go.
And we certainly didn't catch the last 2 tricks, but it was an exciting time.
Can I just do this for a second and see if that works?
I think the word Ron used was fratricide.
Yeah, right. He ran 5 clubs and then he came out a spade. And if they cash all this, but usually the theme on those hands is to cash all but 1 spade and then play something through. Does that work?
Yes, it depends. Depends what West came down to and what dummy came down to.
Actually, it doesn't work here because of the extra tension.
There's a danger of West being end played. There's a danger of West being squeezed.
Yeah, it doesn't work because of, I think, spade to the king and ace. So Peter, we can't even see. Anyways, just
certainly worth a look.
I would like to have a look. It was a nice hand.
Yeah, well, board 14 is a nice hand on the left.
Peter, can you go over to the biggest score on the left, Italy, USA, where the big one on the very right? Click on that.
Here. Where are we? Top left or top right?
Below that.
You have to reorder the size of the windows.
That's what I'm trying to do. And they're not being very cooperative.
Oh, I see. Right.
Now, if I can just get this one to go back here. There we are. Have a look at that. There's board 14 now.
Okay. Early play went 4 of spades, king ducked, low spade, ace, queen unblocked.
Hang on. I'll do it for you.
Oh, you'll do it. Excellent. That's even better.
Okay, so I think that's the second trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he ran 5 clubs.
Yeah.
And he can pitch a heart. And then the last one, he pitches another heart.
No.
Now you exit it.
Now he pitches a spade. Now he's going to pitch a diamond.
I think East would usually cash 1 more spade. Usually the play is to cash 1 more spade, but then not cash the last spade. Oh, we
don't know what happened.
No. So he played the 9 of spades covered by the 10, and that was it for us.
It doesn't matter though. If East cashed the other spades, West is squeezed.
No. East should cash the 4th spade.
Yes,
and
but
then
if he cashed the 5th one.
If he cashed the 5th, yeah, then West. But on the hand, on the 4th spade, dummy comes down to 2 hearts and 2 diamonds, and now he must play a heart, and the hand is down.
Yeah.
It's the defense to the fratricide squeeze. Maybe East hasn't read that textbook, which is quite. This was John Hurd. He let it make. Wow. I'm really surprised.
Well, I'm betting he cashed the last spade.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't see the situation.
How many bridge books would you have read?
A lot. Yeah.
How many have been written?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're up to about 8,000, I think.
Has been a request here for any more Australian results, if there's been any update. Have they finished?
Well, the Open is finished.
I think he particularly wants to know the Australian women's result.
No, so Open, Australia lost by 9 imps to Egypt. In the women's, Australia beat Israel by 5 imps. In the mixed, Australia went down by 4 imps to Morocco. And about an hour and a half ago, the Australian seniors defeated India by 50 imps.
So that early burst of leading in whole lots of areas seems to have disappeared to some extent, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Peter, could you help check one thing? The hand that Versace made 4 hearts with that beautiful end play in the trump suit, I think it was board 11. It was a push board.
Yeah, they let it trump.
Oh, I see. And that
and I think it made the play a bit easier.
Right. Okay,
Played
thanks.
Straight to the 9.
Thanks. Yeah, got it.
Well, I've got Neville Moses sitting next to me, so he's very pleased that his wife has won the first match. Just playing. Yeah. Who was sitting there? Jenny. Okay. So Jenny was sitting out the first round, I believe, David.
Yeah, I was aware of that, as was Ben. My son's card looks pretty good. They've got 12 plus scores, and their only minus scores are some 3 cold games and a cold Grand Slam. He'll probably do okay on the Butler.
Well, that's the most important thing in bridge, isn't it?
Some keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
So on the left-hand screen, North can rough this and play ace of clubs and give South a club rough. That'll take 2 hearts doubled significantly off. Or we can switch to a diamond and South can win and play the club. North can win, cash a club, then gives South a club rough. But diamond won't work in the sense that West will rough that. But ace of clubs club rough will take it 2 down. Sorry, North is playing. I'm thinking West is playing.
North's got 3 tricks, right? Hasn't he got 8 tricks?
I thought West was declarer. Forgive me.
I see.
I can defend very well against West.
Hooks a heart, cashes his clubs. There's 8 tricks, isn't it?
Ace of clubs club rough.
It doesn't need to do that. Just play club to the queen. Tie.
Club to the queen.
From here, he's got 3 tricks and he's got 3 more clubs.
Sorry. Yeah, club to the queen. I haven't seen the early play. Sorry. Ignore that. So they bypassed 3 no trumps on the right-hand screen. And it looks like there's 3 Liz and 5 clubs.
5 clubs has no play.
Yeah. Italy coming home with a wet sail.
Looks like it.
Well, South didn't fancy his spade stopper for 3 no trumps. But
Why is ace jack so bad?
I think if I had the South hand, I'd bid 3 on trump and expect partner to have 10 of spades.
Yeah, sure.
Now,
Okay,
nobody's mentioned this fact. That it would appear to me that Spain has beaten England 1-0.
Wow. Wow.
Isn't it still going?
And the women, wow.
Well, I see
excellent.
it says 74 minutes.
No. There's 15 minutes to go.
They might have beaten Sweden. They haven't beaten England.
Okay, I think it might be the
They're up 1-0 at the 75-minute mark.
Yeah, that's what I've got. 74 minutes. Yeah. So they haven't won yet.
Plus
And
670.
England just brought Lauren James on as well.
You mean Spain? Spain is beating England.
Beating England. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the English were happy we lost, so we'd be happy they lost.
So 6 clubs has got some problems on board 14.
Yeah. You're of the philosophy that we support Australia and we support anyone who's playing England.
That's how it works. And they feel the same way, of course.
Yeah.
This is a seriously poor auction from Krajnik and De Moy to 6 clubs.
Yeah.
Really is wheels falling off stuff. I mean, obviously something's gone wrong.
Well, South's 3 spade bid.
Have a look.
I was ahead of you.
Diamond 2 clubs. 3 clubs.
Oops, 3 hearts. I don't think 3 spades shows a spade stopper.
3 no trump. 4 clubs.
Oh no, all right, you're right. Oh, we're in 3 no trump. South moved out.
So 4 clubs looks like the suboptimal choice.
Yes, you're right. 4
Well,
clubs.
it's hard to know. I mean, we don't know whether they're in a queuing auction or some sort of stopper situation.
No, it looks like 3 hearts showed a stopper, 3 spades showed a stopper, or bid 3 no trump. And South said, no, you don't know why South would say no.
Who knows?
Would 3 spades show a stopper?
I think 3 spades should be showing a stopper.
Really?
Oh, must have if North went 3 no trump.
Well, so I'm trying to think is that I'm not sure that we know exactly what the auction is. So
the way
we know what the auction is. South said a diamond, North said 2 clubs, South said 3 clubs, North said 3 hearts.
We don't know what it means though, right?
No, don't know what it means.
That's the point.
But I think we can make a fair guess.
Well, if we're making a fair guess, why wouldn't South just bid 3 no trump over 3 hearts?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me.
Why? I don't know. You're right. I mean, why would South go 4 clubs over 3 no trump? Okay, nothing exciting on the left. That's finished.
Italy
what
might
time
be
is the
late
next
after
match,
this
Peter?
one.
Are you
Okay, so listen, we're not going to cover it. Right.
okay? What time is it though?
Tonight, I've got to go to the airport and try and see what's left of my luggage, which hopefully has by now arrived from Qantas in Australia 3 days late. The next, I'll just tell you what the timing is. Hello. I don't know, I had it somewhere. There was an hour break, so I think it was 12:15 to 1:15.
Right, thank you.
Just to confirm that, if you look at my site or something.
Okay, so we've bypassed 2 hearts doubled already.
Interesting 2-spade bid from West on 15.
What about South's double?
Yeah, well, maybe it's both minors or club or diamonds. Could be.
I'm sympathetic to South's double on the screen on the right over 1 spade. He's a bit worried about getting robbed out of a vulnerable game, you know. Just could be 1 no trump.
He gets the inevitable 2 club bid by.
Are you kidding me? 2 spades doubled is the contract. Okay, so he's got 5 spades. A diamond is 6, a club is 7s, subject to entries, but he's got 2 entries to dummy.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to tell people was USA1 playing here in the 3rd round tonight, which is from midnight to 3 a.m. I think in Australia, are playing USA1's playing USA2. So that'll be an interesting outcome. We're not going to watch it, and we're just going to hope that we get a game tomorrow night where Australia's playing. I won't know until, I don't know, 8 our time tonight or something. I'll put it up on the site anyway.
So midnight Australia time, USA1, USA2, right? I might stay up and watch it. Why not? I mean, yeah, okay. Right. All right. Well, thanks everyone.
Thank you. Hey, listen, it's been a great session, everybody. Terrific commentary team we had today with Ron and Matt, Fataj, David.
Dave was also there. Yes.
And I hope
and Ron Cooper.
And come back tomorrow night, and we'll do the first round again. Unfortunately, they have
instant replay.
They might make 2 of a major double in both rooms. There you go. Wow.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, really?
Really? Well,
What's South's gonna?
Well, he's got 5 spades and a club. He's got to get 2 more tricks.
Well, North doesn't have any more trumps.
No, but what's
How's North
he?
How's North going to get South on lead? If North had ducked the club, that might not be a bad play. South can then play another trump, but North didn't. Peter, can you minimize the screen on the left and maximize the one on the right?
Yep.
I see. Wow. Surely the 6 of diamonds isn't right.
Can't be right. Why would he lose the... Oh, is right.
There comes another trump.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter, that's it. Thank you. He had a show for 7 tricks before. He's still got a show for 7 tricks.
Gee, he was a show to really make this if he stuck the jack of diamonds in.
No.
I mean, he is probably still going to make it. He just simply exits the jack of spades after cashing the king of clubs. You're going to get a diamond trick, but 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one off. South's got to make sure to exit the low diamond.
Doesn't have to. Well, sorry, if he catches the king of clubs first, yes.
Yeah. Exits his spade. Now South has to play a low diamond. Shouldn't be that hard.
Yep. So look at that. Italy's gone from what, 38 to nothing, 38 to 36.
Yeah,
Now
right.
it's a
That's
draw.
Yeah,
amazing.
there's
isn't
something
it?
up with the scores here. I think the result on board 12 in the official score is 3-0 Trump going down on the lead of the 4 of hearts that I bet my house on. So I'm going to run with the official WBF score, which there is no swing on board 12. So I think we're overstating the
Well,
Italy.
the play did disappear, Dave, very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean,
yeah,
there
the
was
official
a
score is one off.
there was a play if he'd
That was the
cashed his
exotic
last 2
squeeze that
diamonds.
Ron called out, wasn't it?
No. That's not that one. That's the one where West there was the intra finesse in spades.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. This is a bit of a nothing hand, I think.
Yep. I'll leave you. Thank you very much.
Yep. Good night,
Thanks,
all.
Ron.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks, Peter.
boys.
Thanks.
Great game. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. England is back. We're back to 1-1.
Oh,
Oh
are
wow,
they?
we might get some extra time and penalties then.
Yeah. Can anybody put it up on a screen for us?
It's on your left-hand side.
Okay.
Well, you'll get banned by Zoom if you do that.
Okay.
All right, thanks everyone.